everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be making a keto one pan cookie cake. So I know you guys have seen me do a chocolate chip cookie before, but this time I'm gonna show you a super easy version that you don't have to do any actual cookies themselves. All you do is throw it on a pan and then you can cut it into squares. So jumping right in, I have some almond flour in front of me. And as you guys know, I include all of my measurements and my ingredients in the description below. So no need to write things down as I'm doing them. Just head over to the description. You'll see everything that I'm using for all my recipes. So I have some almond flour here. I'm gonna add some baking soda, baking powder, and sea salt. And we're gonna whisk this together. You can use a whisk or a fork. It's not that large of an amount, so you can just use a fork in a small bowl. That is totally fine as well. I love this dish because it is so much easier sometimes and less of a hassle than making, you know, individual cookies. You just mix all the ingredients together, throw it on a pan, and you can cut the cookies later. They don't have to be a circle. Cookies can be squares as well. And this is super great too if you're just trying to have a healthy dessert, a healthy alternative. You're on a keto or a sugar-free or low-carb diet, and you wanna make sure that you are sticking to it, you know, by having a nice little sweet treat that curbs your cravings. I'm all about curbing cravings here because I absolutely love desserts, and it's something that I thought I would miss while I'm on keto, but why do you have to miss it? You can just make a keto version of desserts that you already love. All right, so I have everything whisked here. We're gonna set this aside so that we can work on the other part of this batter. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some brown sugar substitute. This is a Monkfruit brown sugar alternative. So we're not gonna use the regular granulated sugar, which I used in my last recipe. We're gonna use this one. It has a nice little hint of molasses, which gives it a perfect addition of flavor. So adding the brown sugar right in there, or the brown sugar substitute right in there. Then I'm gonna add some vanilla extract. And this is some softened butter. If your butter is previously frozen, you can also just throw it in the microwave for like 30 seconds and that will be perfect for this. All right, and now I'm gonna you can do this in a standing mixer. I'm gonna use a hand mixer for this, and I'm gonna put it on medium speed. We're gonna mix this and blend it all together. As you can see, that is fully mixed and combined. And next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna add egg whites. And for this, you can take the egg white out of the egg itself, but I have some egg whites that I bought in a carton separately. So I will include how much I used of the egg white from a carton if you're not actually going to be taking it out of the egg itself. It's about 1.5 tablespoons. And now I'm gonna break an egg in here, and this is a whole egg. And now we're gonna mix this on low speed. And now we can add the dry mixture slowly while we mix it on low speed. So I'm gonna add a little bit at a time. Otherwise, everything is just gonna be all over your kitchen and you're not gonna have batter in a bowl anymore. You're gonna have batter splattered all over your kitchen. So a little bit at a time. I added about 1/3 of it, low speed. The reason I like using a hand mixer for this is I like that I have control of where I'm actually mixing. I feel like when you're using a standing mixer sometimes, although it's easier that you're not actually, you know, physically holding a hand mixer, I feel like sometimes I'm missing the sides and then I have to scrape the sides. I like with this that I have more control. So if anyone's wondering why I'm using a hand mixer all the time, that's the reason why. But I have nothing against a standing mixer if that is easier for you. And now what I'm doing is I am just scraping the remainder that is on here off of the hand mixer. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our chocolate chips. Now for this recipe, if you wanted to also add like nuts, like pecans, or you know, pine nuts, or you wanted to add coconut flakes, you're welcome to do that as well. I just like a classic chocolate chip. And as you guys already know, I love Lily's chocolate chip. Not a sponsor, but I am just a huge fan of them. I love that they're stevia sweetened and they're super, super low in net carb and really low in calorie, and just absolutely a great alternative. You can also use the Chalk Zero ones. Whatever your favorite stevia or monk fruit sweetened chocolate chips are, that's the one you wanna use for this recipe. So here I have a mix of the dark chocolate, Lily's chocolate chips, as well as the milk chocolate ones. They also have a white chocolate one or caramel, I think like a salted caramel one. You're welcome to use that as well. Whatever your toppings are, you can throw them in here. This batter is good for any kinds of crunchy toppings you want, but I just like a classic chocolate chip, so I'm just gonna do that. And you just wanna fold these in. We're not gonna use the hand mixer. We're gonna scrape the sides and just fold our chocolate chips into the batter until it's fully combined. You guys can see how absolutely easy this is. And this is super fun. You can do this if you have kids too. This is super fun and easy to do with your kids. And they're so delicious and just such a much healthier alternative to a classic cookie. And of course, like I said, I've made chocolate cookies on this channel before, and I will link those in the description below if you're interested in seeing that recipe. But this is a good, really simple, one sheet pan, no cookie rolling recipe that you can do right at home. All right, so these are fully combined. Let me go get my sheet pan so we can actually spread this in the pan. Now I have a baking tray here in front of me and I have lined it with parchment paper. You're also welcome to use the silicone baking sheets that, you know, if you have those at home, but I'm just gonna use a parchment paper for this. And what you're gonna do is you are going to now carefully spread your cookie mixture onto the sheet pan. So I like to just pour everything out in the middle and then spread it out from the middle. And now spread this out in the pan. We're just gonna spread it to make sure this reaches the edges of our tray. Now that you have spread it out on the sheet pan, it should be about 1/2 inch thick, and we're gonna put this in our preheated oven. My oven has been preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna throw it in for 15 minutes for it to get cooking. All right, and I will see you all in 15 minutes. All right, guys, take a look at this. It smells so good in here. And I know these are not, you know, perfect little circles, but we're trying to make this super easy. This is like the easiest cookie you'll ever make. No shaping, you can cut it up, make it whatever shape you want, make them into stars if you want, do whatever you want with this. But I'm gonna let this cool for just a couple of minutes before I cut into it, because I wanna make sure that it sets before we cut out an actual piece to try. So I have sliced my cookie cake up and I have a piece right here. Like I said, it smells absolutely delicious in here. There's nothing left but to take a nice big bite. It is nice and chewy in the middle, a little bit of a crisp on the outside, super perfect flavor profile. It tastes just like an original cookie with regular sugar in it. The brown sugar substitute that we used with the monk fruit sweetener, it is such a good alternative. It gives it a nice hint of molasses flavor that just really puts this cookie in the spotlight. And I cannot wait for you guys to try this. You can also do the same exact thing and use a cookie scoop or form the cookie if you want to. But I showed you guys the lazy version if you're really not trying to do that, or you don't know how to do that, you don't have the equipment to do that. This is a perfect alternative way to make cookies. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell to never miss a tasty upload. Till next time.